Hey folks, welcome to Late to the Game, the series where I revisit titles that I either missed the first time around or haven't played in a while. Today we're diving into a game that I last played about 25 years ago, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. Released in 1999 for the PlayStation and later in 2000 for the Dreamcast, Soul Reaver was developed by Crystal Dynamics and published by Eidos Interactive. It came out during an era highlighting 3D exploration, which served to show off the hardware systems of the day. The game was praised for its voice acting, gothic world building, and innovative realm-shifting mechanics. However, a rushed development meant that content was cut and there was plenty of lore left to be unexplained. You play as Raziel, a vampire who's cast into the abyss by his master Kain at the start of the game. You're resurrected by a mysterious elder god and offered a chance for revenge. This simple dynamic sets the stage for the exploration of Nosgoth, where you'll explore a bit and wonder about the history of the world that you see crumbling all around you. As you explore, you come across little nuggets of lore that, while interesting to really grasp, you need the context of Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, which was a game that was released in 1996. Blood Omen established Kain's origin and laid out much of the lore that Soul Reaver only hints at. The Pillars of Nosgoth, the vampire clans, the role of guardians, while all of it feels a bit mythical, without Blood Omen and the introduction of Kain and the impact of his refusal to sacrifice himself, the story doesn't hit as hard as it could. Let's talk mechanics. You don't need to upgrade weapons or stats like traditional RPGs. Instead, your progression is tied to absorbing enemy souls and unlocking new abilities after defeating clan bosses. There are optional glyphs which give magical powers as well, but these are pretty rare and honestly you can go the entire game without finding them. The game introduces the spectral and physical realms, which let you shift between them in order to solve puzzles and access different areas. It's a mechanic that's still very cool, but it feels like it could have had a bit more impact, and in later games it does. Puzzles are the main gameplay, not necessarily combat, but Soul Reaver doesn't hold your hand. It's up to you to explore, observe, and deduce the way to solve the puzzle. These often come in the form of block puzzles where you'll have to move them across the room, flip them in certain different orientations, or combine the blocks in order to make a platform to get across the next area. The glyphs I mentioned are an optional collection mechanic. They're powerful, sure, but they're definitely not required. You're never forced to 100% them for completion's sake. And then there's the Human Citadel. It's an eerie, unexplained place full of lots of armed humans. I wish there was more to this area, but it looks like maybe this was some content that got cut during development. The game doesn't require you to even visit it, and you can go the entire game without finding it. But if you do go there, you'll find a bit of hidden collection mechanic at the end where you'll get some stamina boost. Combat itself can feel a bit clunky. There's no real risk of danger, because if you're defeated in the physical world, you shift back to the spectral realm, where there's an abundance of souls, where you can often get repowered and sent back to a nearby gate. The environments do offer unique ways to interact, such as providing rocks and torches, water, spikes, or sharp objects like spears. Each is a somewhat unique way to finish off the enemies. Fans of vampire lore will enjoy the small details, like how impaling the vampires will hold them at bay, but when you remove the impaling object, their wounds heal and they'll continue their eternal life. Other little treats are the small details like throwing vampires into water or into sunlight causes them to become engulfed and be destroyed. This helps give a bit of heft to Raziel's mission to reave the souls and return them to the Elder God. So how did Soul Reaver hold up? The voice acting is still top tier, and although sparse, Simon Templeton and Michael Bell absolutely carry the narrative weight. Mechanically, it may not be perfect. Camera angles can be frustrating, combat lacks a bit of finesse, and the world can feel a bit sparse. But on playing it again, I felt the awe return and the wonder.
Bestowed on you a new gift. Like his vampire spawn, you're able to scale certain walls which are otherwise impassable, but only in the physical realm.
In conclusion, while Soul Reaver may be 25 years old or 26 years old at this point, and seem like a relic, it is well worth playing. The recent remaster of Soul Reaver 1 and 2 provided updated visuals, and the audio definitely still hits. If you've never played it, give it a shot. And if you have, maybe it's time to try it again. There's never been a better time. Thanks for joining me in Late to the Game. If you've enjoyed this look back at Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, please hit like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Take care.